Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we're diving into the exciting world of British sixpence coins. The sixpence is one of the most iconic coins in UK history, and collectors worldwide are always on the lookout for rare dates, unique mint marks, and exceptional conditions. In this video, we'll reveal the top 5 most valuable United Kingdom sixpence coins, covering different years, mint marks, and conditions. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, this list will help you understand which sixpence coins are worth the most money and why. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom sixpence, dated 1958. Often overlooked because it is commonly found in circulated condition, this small silver coin still holds historical charm, collector interest, and surprising auction value potential. In this video, we will break down its background, unique design features, rarity status, demand even in damaged condition, and how much this coin can realistically sell for today in US dollars. Whether you're a beginner collector or a seasoned numismatist, this is a coin worth understanding. The British sixpence has a long and rich history, dating back centuries, but the 1958 issue belongs to the final decades of traditional pre-decimal British currency. Issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the 1958 sixpence reflects a post-war Britain that was modernizing while still holding onto its monetary traditions. This coin was struck at the Royal Mint and circulated widely throughout the United Kingdom, commonly used in daily transactions such as small purchases, savings, and even cultural traditions like weddings and Christmas puddings. By 1958, the sixpence was nearing the end of its practical life, as Britain was moving toward decimalisation, making this coin a symbol of a fading era. The 1958 sixpence is made of cupronickel, as silver content had already been removed from circulation coins by this time. On the obverse, the coin features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This early effigy is highly admired by collectors for its clean, elegant lines and historical significance. The reverse displays the traditional crown floral design, featuring a rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, representing England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Even in circulated condition, these design elements often remain visible, adding to the coin's visual appeal and collectability. While the 1958 sixpence is not considered extremely rare in mint condition, its collector demand remains steady, especially for examples that retain clear details despite circulation. Coins that show heavy wear, scratches, or edge damage are still collected, particularly by budget collectors or those completing date sets. Interestingly, damaged or well-circulated coins are often more affordable entry points into British numismatics, yet they still carry historical value. Some collectors specifically seek circulated coins because they tell a story of real use and everyday life in mid-20th century Britain. And today's auction and collector markets, the 1958 UK sixpence in circulated condition typically sells for approximately $433,000, depending on wear, clarity of details, and overall eye appeal. Coins with extreme damage may sell closer to the lower end, while circulated examples with strong lettering and visible portrait details can reach higher prices. Unusual errors, die varieties, or exceptional preservation even within circulated grades can push values slightly higher. While it is not a high-value coin, its affordability and historical charm make it popular in online auctions, estate sales, and bulk coin lots. When collecting the 1958 sixpence, always examine the coin carefully under good lighting. Look for readable dates, a clear portrait of the Queen, and identifiable reverse symbols. Even in circulated condition, avoid coins with severe corrosion or bending unless purchased as fillers. Store your coins properly using coin flips or capsules to prevent further wear. If possible, compare prices across auctions to understand fair market value. Finally, remember that value is not just about price. Historical significance and personal enjoyment are equally important in coin collecting. In conclusion, the United Kingdom sixpence 1958 may appear modest at first glance, but it represents an important chapter in British monetary history. Even in circulated or damaged condition, it continues to attract collectors due to its design, cultural relevance, and affordability. While it may not make you rich overnight, it is a meaningful and accessible piece of history that deserves a place in any UK coin collection. Next up, the United Kingdom sixpence, dated 1961. Often remembered as the coin with a silver ring to it, the sixpence holds a special place in British culture and collecting. In this video, We'll take a deep look at the 1961 sixpence in fine condition, exploring its history, design, rarity, collector demand even when damaged, and most importantly, its current auction market value in US dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just found one of these coins in an old drawer, this video will help you understand its true significance. The British sixpence has a long and rich history, dating back to the reign of Edward VI in the 16th century. By the time we reach 1961, the sixpence was nearing the end of its circulation life, as the United Kingdom was preparing for decimalisation, which would officially arrive in 1971. The 1961 sixpence was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose youthful portrait appears on the obverse of the coin. Although sixpence coins were still legal tender in 1961, their everyday use was declining. Many were already being saved as keepsakes or used in traditions, such as weddings and Christmas puddings. This makes the 1961 issue particularly interesting. It represents one of the final chapters of a centuries-old denomination. The 1961 UK sixpence is composed of cupronickel, as silver was removed from circulating British coins after 1946. The coin measures approximately 19.4 millimeters in diameter and weighs around 2.83 grams. Despite losing its silver content, the sixpence retained its iconic look and feel. On the obverse, we see the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, featuring a laurel wreath in her hair. The reverse displays the classic intertwined rose, thistle, shamrock, and leek, symbolizing the unity of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. This detailed floral design is one of the most admired aspects of the sixpence and remains a favorite among collectors. In fine condition, the main details are still visible, though there is noticeable wear on the high points, especially on the Queen's hair and facial features. The reverse design remains clear, making fine-grade examples very collectible and visually appealing. In terms of mintage, the 1961 sixpence is not extremely rare, as millions were produced. However, true collector value depends heavily on condition. Many coins from this year were heavily circulated, cleaned, bent, or damaged over time. As a result, finding examples with strong details even in fine condition can be more challenging than the mintage numbers suggest. Interestingly, there is still collector demand for damaged or worn examples, especially among beginner collectors or those completing date sets. Coins with minor damage, corrosion, or edge nicks may not command high prices, but they are far from worthless. Even low-grade or damaged coins can sell steadily at auctions due to the sixpence's nostalgic appeal and historical importance. Now let's talk about what most collectors want to know: the auction market value. In fine condition, a 1961 UK sixpence typically sells for around $434,000 at online auctions and coin shows. Examples with sharper details, attractive toning, or problem-free surfaces can occasionally reach $425,000, especially if bidding competition is strong. Coins in damaged condition, such as those with scratches, bends, or corrosion, usually sell for $321,000, depending on eye appeal. On the other end of the spectrum, higher-grade examples like extremely fine or uncirculated can fetch $116,000 or more, particularly when certified by a professional grading service. Market prices can fluctuate based on collector demand, global interest in pre-decimal British coinage, and overall trends in the numismatic market. If you're collecting or considering buying a 1961 sixpence, condition should always be your first priority. Avoid cleaned coins, as harsh cleaning can significantly reduce value. Store your coin in a protective holder or capsule to prevent further wear or environmental damage. For new collectors, this coin is an excellent entry point into British pre-decimal coinage due to its affordability and historical charm. For advanced collectors, upgrading to higher-grade examples or finding coins with natural toning can add depth and value to your collection. Always compare recent auction results to ensure you're paying a fair price. In conclusion, the United Kingdom sixpence 1961 may not be the rarest coin in British history, but it is undeniably rich in cultural and numismatic significance. In fine condition, it offers a perfect balance of affordability, collectability, and historical appeal. Whether valued at a few dollars or more depending on condition, this coin continues to attract collectors around the world. Next up, the 1962 sixpence. This coin may look small and simple, but in the world of numismatics, it holds a special place. If you've ever wondered about its value, rarity, and why collectors are willing to pay serious money for it, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll explore its history, unique features, rarity, auction market value in dollars, and share some tips for collectors who want to buy or sell this coin in very fine condition. The sixpence has a long and fascinating history in the United Kingdom. It was first introduced in the 16th century and became a widely used coin for everyday purchases. By 1962, the coin was still an essential part of British currency, valued at half a shilling or 1/40th of a pound. This was before the UK switched to decimal currency in 1971, so the sixpence remained an important coin for daily life. The 1962 sixpence was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and it carries the traditional design that many collectors love. This was a time when British coins were still struck in high-quality metal, with detailed engraving and strong, clear imagery. The coin is a great example of the craftsmanship and design standards of the era. What makes the 1962 sixpence stand out is its unique design and detailed features. On the front, or obverse, you'll see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, with the inscription around the edge. This portrait reflects the style of British coins from the early 1960s and has become an iconic image for collectors. On the reverse side, the coin features the traditional crown thistle, which is a symbol of Scotland. This design is rich in detail, and in very fine condition. The thistle and crown appear crisp and well-defined. Collectors often look for sharpness in these details because it shows that the coin has been well preserved and not overly worn. The coin is also made from silver, which increases its appeal and value. Silver coins are often more valuable than their face value because of the metal content and historical significance. In 1962, the UK was still producing silver coins, which makes this sixpence even more special today. Now let's talk about rarity. While the 1962 sixpence was not the rarest coin ever minted, finding one in very fine condition is becoming increasingly difficult. Most coins from that era were used heavily in daily transactions, and many show signs of wear, scratches, and loss of detail. In very fine condition, the coin still has strong detail and minimal wear, especially on the Queen's portrait and the reverse thistle design. This level of preservation is rare because most coins were handled often and not stored properly. Collectors are especially interested in 1962 sixpence coins because they represent a key period in British coin history just before the country switched to decimal currency. As the years pass, fewer high-quality examples remain, making very fine coins more desirable and more expensive. So, what is the auction market value of a 1962 sixpence in very fine condition? Prices can vary depending on the coin's exact condition, whether it has any scratches, cleaning marks, or damage, and whether it has strong details. On average, a 1962 sixpence in very fine condition can sell for anywhere between $433,000 in auction markets. However, coins that are closer to extremely fine or uncirculated condition can fetch much higher prices, sometimes reaching $80 to $150 or more, especially if the coin has excellent luster and sharp details. Keep in mind that auctions often include collector premiums, so the final price can be higher than typical retail values. If the coin is certified by a grading company, the price can also increase significantly. Collectors are willing to pay more for a coin with proof of authenticity and condition. Even damaged or worn 1962 sixpence coins still hold value, especially for collectors who want to complete a set. Many collectors search for this coin to complete their Elizabeth II pre-decimal collections, and they are willing to buy even damaged examples. However, damaged coins, those with heavy scratches, deep wear, or cleaning marks, usually sell for less. In damaged condition, the value might range from $116,000, depending on how severe the damage is. Still, the demand exists because some collectors focus on historical value rather than condition. For them, owning the coin is more important than its perfect appearance. If you find a damaged 1962 sixpence, it can still be a valuable addition to a collection or a good starting point for a new collector. If you're interested in buying or selling a 1962 sixpence, here are some important tips. Look for clear details on the Queen's portrait and the reverse thistle. Any signs of heavy wear or scratches will reduce value. Cleaning a coin can remove its natural patina and reduce value. Collectors prefer coins that have natural aging. If the coin is in very fine or better condition, having it certified by a grading company can increase its auction value. Before buying or selling, check recent auction results for 1962 sixpence coins. This helps you understand current market prices. If you own the coin, Store it in a protective holder to prevent damage and maintain its value over time. The 1962 United Kingdom sixpence is a small coin with big historical importance. In very fine condition, it represents a rare and valuable piece of British coin history. As the years go by, fewer well-preserved examples remain, making these coins more desirable among collectors. Whether you're a new collector or an experienced numismatist, the 1962 sixpence is a fascinating coin to own, study, and trade. Next up, the United Kingdom sixpence 1950 GR, specifically in damaged condition. Many people assume that damaged coins are worthless, but in the world of coin collecting, condition is just one part of the story. Some coins gain value because they are rare, have unique minting characteristics, or are highly sought after by collectors. The 1950 sixpence is a great example of this. Even in damaged condition, it can hold surprising value due to its historical significance and collector demand. In this video, we will discuss the coin's history, its unique features, rarity, current auction value in dollars, and tips for collectors. The sixpence coin has a long and rich history in the United Kingdom. It was first introduced in the 16th century and remained a significant part of British currency until decimalisation in 1971. The sixpence was originally worth 1/40th of a pound, and it was commonly used in everyday transactions, including paying for groceries, transport, and even wages. Over the centuries, the coin's design evolved, reflecting changes in monarchy, art styles, and minting technology. The 1950 sixpence was minted during the reign of King George VI, and it is part of the later era of pre-decimal British coinage. The GR in the coin's name stands for Georgius Rex, which is Latin for King George. This coin represents the end of a significant era in British history, as it was produced just a few years before Queen Elizabeth II ascended the throne in 1952. 1950 was also a post-war period, when Britain was rebuilding and recovering from World War II. The minting process and the materials used during this time were carefully managed due to economic constraints. As a result, coins from this era often carry a unique historical weight and are cherished by collectors who appreciate the story behind them. The 1950 sixpence has several unique features that make it special. First, the coin features the portrait of King George VI on the obverse side, with the inscription Georgiev 6D GBROMN Rex F laughing smiley INDIMP, which translates to George VI, by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. This portrait is a classic representation of the king and is widely admired for its detailed engraving and historical significance. On the reverse side, the coin features a crowned wreath surrounding the denomination sixpence and the year 1950. The design is elegant and represents the royal symbolism associated with British coins. The wreath and crown are finely detailed, and the overall design reflects the traditional style of British coinage from that era. Another unique feature is the metal composition. The 1950 sixpence was made from silver, specifically 50% silver and 50% copper, which gives it a distinct look and weight. Over time, silver coins develop a natural patina and tarnish, especially if they have been in circulation or stored in less than ideal conditions. In damaged coins, this tarnish can be more pronounced, and sometimes the coin may show signs of corrosion or scratches. Because of its silver content, the 1950 sixpence is heavier and more valuable in terms of metal content than modern coins. Even in damaged condition, the silver value alone can be significant, but collectors often value it more for its historical and numismatic importance. Now let's talk about rarity and demand, especially in damaged condition. The 1950 sixpence is not considered extremely rare in mint or uncirculated condition. However, when we talk about damaged or worn coins, the situation changes. Many coins from the 1950s were heavily circulated, and over time, a large number of them were lost, melted down, or damaged. This means that finding a 1950 sixpence in any condition is becoming harder, and finding one with a specific feature or strike can be even more challenging. Collectors who focus on historical British coins often look for pieces that represent a specific era or monarch. Since King George VI's reign was relatively short, coins from this period hold special interest. Even damaged coins can be valuable if they show certain characteristics such as clear date visibility, unique wear patterns, or interesting toning. Some collectors even prefer coins with natural wear because it tells a story and reflects genuine circulation. Another reason for demand in damaged condition is collectors who aim to complete sets. Many collectors want to build a full collection of sixpence coins from each year or each monarch. Since some years are harder to find, even a damaged coin becomes essential for completing a set. This demand drives up prices, especially in auction markets where collectors compete to obtain rare pieces. Finally, damaged coins may also show minting errors, such as misstrikes, double dies, or off-center strikes. These errors can make a coin extremely desirable, regardless of its condition. Even a heavily damaged coin can be worth a lot if it has a rare error that collectors are seeking. So, what is the current market value of a 1950 sixpence in damaged condition? The value can vary widely depending on the extent of damage, rarity of features, and collector interest. In general, a typical damaged 1950 sixpence might sell for around $5 to $15 in an auction, especially if it is heavily worn or has scratches and corrosion. However, if the coin has a notable minting error or an unusual feature, the value can rise significantly. Coins with visible mint errors or rare toning can sell for $25 to $60, or even higher, depending on how unique the coin is and how much collectors are willing to pay. It's important to remember that auction prices are influenced by demand and competition. Some auctions may attract collectors who are willing to pay a premium for historical pieces, while others may have lower bidding activity. If you are planning to sell your coin, it's best to research recent auction sales of similar coins to get an accurate estimate. For example, coins sold on major auction platforms may fetch higher prices due to the global audience and competitive bidding. On the other hand, local sales or small auctions might result in lower prices. Always consider the coin's condition, rarity, and market trends when estimating value. If you're a collector or thinking about investing in a 1950 sixpence, here are some helpful tips. Look closely at the date, inscriptions, and design details. Even damaged coins can reveal unique features. Errors like off-center strikes, double dies, dot cleaning can damage the coin surface and reduce its value. Collectors prefer natural patina and original condition. Store your coins in a dry, cool place. Use coin holders or capsules to prevent further damage. Check auction platforms to see how much similar coins are selling for. This helps you estimate the market value. If your coin has a unique feature or seems rare, getting it graded by a reputable service can increase its value. Online forums and groups can provide valuable information and help you connect with other collectors. In conclusion, the 1950 United Kingdom sixpence GR in damaged condition may not look valuable at first glance, but it holds significant historical and numismatic importance. The coin represents a fascinating era of British history and the final years of King George VI's reign. Even in damaged condition, the coin can be valuable due to rarity, collector demand, and unique minting features. If you own one of these, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin valuation videos. Also, leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and happy collecting.